J'ai dit, ce n'est pas le MRC qui le dit. Ce qui se passe dans le nord et le sud-ouest aujourd'hui est un véritable génocide. Il faudrait qu'on ait le courage de le dire. Nous ne pouvons pas laisser nos frères continuer à mourir comme si c'était des petits poulets. C'est quoi ce pays? Quel est ce pays où nos dirigeants n'ont pas d'âme? Quel est ce pays où on prend du plaisir à tuer, à massacrer son propre peuple? Simplement parce qu'on veut à tout prix asseoir un certain pouvoir. Le pouvoir pour faire quoi? Si M. Biya, avec ce pouvoir depuis 40 ans, pouvait au moins améliorer les conditions de vie de Camerounais, on comprendrait. Je discutais encore hier avec un petit frère chez moi que ça. Je suis même prêt aujourd'hui au sacrifice suprême. Il faut dire la vérité aux Camerounais. Ce qui se passe dans le nord-est et le sud-ouest, là on n'a plus de réserve. C'est un génocide. Mais il faut le dire. Disons-le pour sauver nos frères.
Mais la question qu'on vous poserait, c'est si vous avez les preuves d'une telle affirmation concernant les événements qui se déroulent dans le nord-ouest et sud-ouest.
Vous savez, quand nous avons dit au départ qu'il y avait un problème anglophone au Cameroun, le premier qui est monté au créneau s'appelle le ministre Atangati, qui nous a dit qu'il n'y a pas de problème anglophone. Quand on a demandé un dialogue inclusif pour pouvoir résoudre ce problème de crise, qu'est-ce qu'ils ont répondu? Qu'on ne dialogue pas avec les terroristes. Et aujourd'hui, c'est eux qui nous montrent des images de personnes qui sont allées chercher au Nigeria, ils accueillent à l'aéroport. Donc, des terroristes aujourd'hui sont devenus des héros pour eux? Non, arrêtons ça. Je dis, ce qui se passe dans le nord et le sud-ouest aujourd'hui est un véritable génocide. Il faudrait qu'on ait le courage de le dire. Nous ne pouvons pas laisser nos frères continuer à mourir comme si c'était des petits poulets. C'est quoi ce pays? Quel est ce pays où nos dirigeants n'ont pas d'âme? Quel est ce pays où on prend du plaisir à tuer, à massacrer son propre peuple? Simplement parce qu'on veut à tout prix asseoir un certain pouvoir. Le pouvoir pour faire quoi? Si M. Biya, avec ce pouvoir depuis 40 ans, pouvait au moins améliorer les conditions de vie de Camerounais, on comprendrait. Je discutais encore hier avec un petit frère chez moi que ça. Je suis même prêt aujourd'hui au sacrifice suprême. Il faut dire la vérité aux Camerounais. Ce qui se passe dans le nord-est et le sud-ouest, là on n'a plus de réserve. C'est un génocide. Mais il faut le dire. Disons-le pour sauver nos frères.
Mais la question qu'on vous poserait, c'est si vous avez les preuves d'une telle affirmation concernant les événements qui se déroulent dans le nord-ouest et sud-ouest.
Vous savez, quand nous avons dit au départ qu'il y avait un problème anglophone au Cameroun, le premier qui est monté au créneau s'appelle le ministre Atangati, qui nous a dit qu'il n'y a pas de problème anglophone. Quand on a demandé un dialogue inclusif pour pouvoir résoudre ce problème de crise, qu'est-ce qu'ils ont répondu? Qu'on ne dialogue pas avec les terroristes. Et aujourd'hui, c'est eux qui nous montrent des images de personnes qui sont allées chercher au Nigeria, ils accueillent à l'aéroport. Donc, des terroristes aujourd'hui sont devenus des héros pour eux? Non, arrêtons ça. Je dis, je connais le français, je suis prêt à assumer ce que je dis. Et je le dis pour mon peuple. Je dis pour que les Camerounais ouvrent les yeux. Voilà quelque chose qui se passe dans une partie du pays. Ça n'intéresse pas la partie francophone. Ils sont au bar, ils vont en boîte de nuit, ils sont tranquilles. Non!
Good afternoon, fellow Ambazonians, and good afternoon to you all, friends of Ambazonia. Welcome to this podcast for today. I'm very delighted to be here. I have very important information for all of you, and I send my special greetings and love and blessings to all of you. Welcome to this podcast. I will be speaking in what they call Pidgin. So, fellow Ambazonians and friends of Ambazonians, when I welcome for this podcast for today, when I welcome, I salute all una. I hope say for any place where you day, as an Ambazonia or friends of Ambazonia, I hope say you day fine. Through una salute, una hope say una take good care of yourself. I hope say una stay strong. I hope say the things that una do una the work are fine. We'll continue for our prayers, and we'll continue for send our blessings. I got a couple of things I want to talk for our people them today. I want to bring some very good news, some very, very good news. We all wanna go really like them. I'm going to bring that news very soon. Before we go for what I want to really discuss and for all I want first of all remind all our people them. say the Ambazonian picking them, they go through a very terrible time for the history of our picking them. While Mami, they go through a very terrible time. Our population, our people, they go through a very tough and terrible time. Our people, they never ever live for the kind conditions where they live now. Our people, they never ever imagine, say they will ever be for these conditions where they are now. They never ever imagine them. So now very strange times for our people, their history. Now very extremely strange times for the history of the Ambazonian people then. So these things will be very strange for everybody. And most people, they need to even still understand the intensity of the situation. Because our people never ever expect, say they will ever declare war on them. What people never ever expect, say they will wake up one morning and 500 Ambazonian villages, they don't be wiped off the face of the earth. What people never ever expect, say 700 and plus thousand Ambazonians, they go become homeless and they will stay for bush. So in a very strange times than this. No person will be prepared for these times. And so during this period, it also requires a level of caring. With all the pain with the people that you go through, it requires a level of caring, a level of support, and a level of comfort. All right? So I encourage every person, give as much care as you can. Support as much as you can. Provide as much comfort as you can. Because now very strange times in this. Some people never even know whether for go left or for go right. So for place where you dey, because you get a better understanding of what did happen, you get a better understanding of the situation, you get a better understanding of the occupation, you get a better understanding of the war. And they call upon you for the place where you dey, for step up and become a leader. And they call upon you for place where you dey, for step up and become that pillar of stability, that pillar of comfort, that pillar of strength, that pillar of confidence. For always the goal of a leader, the role of a leader not being a person where they know in a time where things will be good. A good mommy and a good papa, you didn't know a good papa now during a crisis, when problem there for inside family. Now for they didn't know whether papa na a good man, papa na a strong man. Now for they didn't know the power of a mother. You didn't know the power of auntie. You didn't know the power of big brother and big sister. Now when Palava day for our land. And I call every person, all big brothers, all big sister them, when I step up, for be that big brother, for be that big sister them, for provide comfort, for assure, for help people them, for reduce their stress. Because you get a better understanding. You don't live life before. You be a little bit older. You be a little bit wiser. You don't see things that happen. And you know, say at the end, things they go always be okay. Things they go always be okay at the end. This war will come to an end. The freedom will come. Justice will come. Good life day ahead of all we. The freedom will come. This generation is a very smart generation, a very sensible generation, and a very intelligent generation. We understand how to deal with La République du Cameroon and how to defeat them for the game way they want to play. We know how to beat La République du Cameroon and get them out of our land. We know how to bring back our people them and give them a good life. All we know what we fight for, all we know what we stand for, all we know what we demand. For we forget there, for we for succeed, no matter how many of we would they, no matter how many movements they did, no matter how many groups they did, no matter how many defense groups and political leaderships they did, all of these things, they don't help for save the liberation in one way or another. With all the differences, in one way or another, they don't help for save the liberation. When I go, do you understand and with time? If anybody, it is for outside there, where it cry, the only prayer where we as a people right now we're supposed to make up. The only cry we were supposed to cry. Now the cry for release pa Mfongalan for. We're oldest Ambazonian nationalist. We're there for prison. Because of the age. The only cry we were supposed to cry. Now the professors, the educators, the lawyers, the teachers, the professionals, where they die for prison. Now that one's supposed to be our cry as a people. Now that one's supposed to be our call. For call on Mr. Bia and the international system for release Pamfor. For release, for free this man. So that if he get medical help. For free this man from the prisons and the concentration camps of Mr. Pobia. Any man will make a prayer or they cry. Your cry is supposed to be for Ambazonian picking them. Your cry is supposed to be for our refugees. Your cry and your prayers is supposed to be now for the 700 and something thousand Ambazonians so they be homeless. Any cry, any prayer, the only prayer where God's supposed to be answered for you. Now the prayer for the freedom of Ambazonia. Now the prayer for the dignity of the Ambazonian people. Now the prayer for the liberation of Ambazonia. Your prayer now for your people. Where they don't live through tyranny for a long time. Your prayer now for an old man who will stand up for speak for you and today they suffer for jail. Your prayer now for the lawyers who will stand up for demand for the rights of the Ambazonian people for get a legal system will reflect who will be and the day for jail. Your prayer now for the Mancho BBC will they stand for speak up for you when no one else be able to speak up for you. Your prayers now for the Penterents. Your prayers now for the C. Conrad. Your prayers now for the General Benjis. Now that one's supposed to be a prayer. Now that one's supposed to be a preoccupation. As a nationalist, as person we talk about one freedom, as person we talk about one independence, as person we don't stand up for reclaim the sovereignty of Ambazonia. Now that one's supposed to be a prayer. Now that one's supposed to be your cry. Now that one's supposed to be the word where you speak every morning, every afternoon, and every evening. Those ones are supposed to be in your words. Your focus is supposed to be in the prayer for the liberation of homeland and the freedom of our people. With that, this generation not going to make any compromises with anybody. And I get very good news for you. Today, over the last 1 week, the Vice President of the Ambazonia Governing Council, Dr. Julius Nyi, he don't do a lot of consultations in the background with all the movements and all the defense forces. For make sure say, even when we get disagreement, will be very natural because of the differences in political ideology, differences in approach, differences in strategy. So it be very normal for any society, for people to forget differences. Not been a bad thing. The Vice President of Governing Council of Ambazonia, Dr. Julius, he don't do vast consultations with all the movements. He don't reach out for consult. Say, look, the Governing Council don't always believe, say, during times like this, where a colonial day, it come up, they find, say, all movements and the defense forces, say, we as a people always speak with one voice. So leadership don't do these consultations. Why they already agree, say the lockdown is going to be for 1 day, they reach out to the IGs of the Chris Anu and call them, say, Chris Anu, one call you for consult, make all we agree. Say during this time we speak with one voice. We don't talk with other movements. All man don't agree for 1 day lockdown. We want to reach out for one or two so that make all we will come up with one voice for talk for our people them. Because during this time, we were people that they over suffer. You know, fine make we make lockdown maybe even long because we don't already defeat the day. Christian will say no. They already make their own decision. Their decision, it must be in a 5-day lockdown. Then the leader tell them, say, well, Cristiano, would you reach out for una? Even if una do already make una own decision. For the sake of the Ambazonian people then, make all we will come together, speak with one voice. Make we come to a compromise. As all the other groups that already agree, even if una don't agree for 5 days, maybe we two will fit talk, so okay, una do already talks in 5 days. We two all will fit talk, so more compromise, we'll make in 2 days. Cristiano will say lie to lie. Simba! Cristiano say Tofia kwa. Then they must announce now 5 days. He Cristiano say they must announce at 5 days. Then they no go change nothing. So now so it take it end. So all the movements them today, I want to tell you now, say about 15 movements. I put them for here for now. And 15 political movements and defense groups. They include the IGK, Ambazonia Governing Council. They include Ambazonia International Policy Commission. They include Southern Cameroon's National Council, the SCNC, the Indigenous People of Ambazonia, IPAO, the Consortium. They include Defense Group of the Commandos of Ambazonia, where they call them TTA. They don't change their name to Commandos of Ambazonia. They include the Bafut 7 Qatar. They include Ambalan Quifos. They include the Tuba Falcons. They include the Donga Mantum Unity Commandos of Ambazonia, Manu Unity Commandos of Ambazonia, Manu Self-Defense Groups. They include Psalms 91. All these groups, all of them, they don't agree for 1 day lockdown. So the lockdown, it will only be now for 20th May. Now only for that day, where the national territory, it will be locked down. And all the defense groups, they don't agree, say they will deploy forces for enforce the lockdown across the 13 states. Now the news that where it don't come out from the consultation from consensus building, from collaboration building, it don't come out. All this one, that the work with leadership it do am for ensure say we continually, even when we disagree, we fit come together for a common position and adopt a common policy for the benefit of ground zero. Say as ground zero observe one day goes down, it go help for minimize the pain, the suffering, and the additional burden on the population. That's why it be very important. It be very, very important for the population. It be very important for the population for say we fit disagree and agree on purpose. Agree on a common approach and a common outcome where it benefit all the movements and it reflect the aspirations of the people then. Now leadership this. The only people then, the only group where it deny for get a consensus, the only group where it deny for participate, now these two people then. Now only these two people then. Now the only two people then. They deny for be part of the discussion. They deny for accept for work with others. They deny because for them, they get their own different agenda. They deny. They say they don't want to participate. They don't want to hear anything about one day lockdown. And they will continue for push their 5 days lockdown. Now only them. So you go ask them why. And they not fit give you any reasonable explanation why they fit tell you make you lock down the territory for 5 days. There is nothing. 5 days. Why 5 days? No explanation. We would tell you now, based on common sense, based on consideration on the population, based on the fact say we no one make the population suffer. We know so they already defeat 20 men, but no one make the population suffer. So now the information that I get for now. All the groups they don't agree for 1 day lockdown. Now only two people them. Sakoyi and Chris Ano. Now only them. As they don't continue for do over the years for put pain and suffering on our people them. But as 99% of all the movements they don't agree, at the voice of the people in that. The people they don't speak with one voice. The one they don't agree, they don't make themselves make Ambazonia they know their intentions. Alright? Secondly, I want bring una give me a moment here. Something don't come out for inside La République du Cameroon we concern all we, and it be very important. I just give me a moment here. I put that document quickly as possible for within my files. If not, I'll bring them for una tomorrow. I'll just leave them. I'll bring that information for una tomorrow. I be talking, make I take the time. I can't talk for una and give una this good news. Say all political movements and defense movements, they don't come for speak with one voice, for reflect what our people for ground zero expect them for all we. Our people for ground zero, they expect we for continue, for CC will get discussion and we work together for protect the interest of our people for ground zero, for reflect their interest and their aspirations, and for make sure that the way we conduct ourselves, add more pain and suffering on them, but they reduce their pain and suffering so that it will help for encourage them, inspire them for continue the resistance. All right? Very important. So I want to thank the leadership. I want to thank the Vice President of Ambazonia Governing Council, Dr. Julius Nyi, for this consultation where they don't make all the other movements and forget this agreement. I want to thank the leadership of the IGK. I want to thank the leadership of the Ambazonia International Policy Commission. I want to thank the people them for SCNC. I want to thank the the indigenous people of Ambazonia, the IPAO. I want to thank the consortium. I want to thank the commandos of Ambazonia. I want to thank the 7 Qatars. I want to thank the Quifos. I want to thank the Falcons. I want to thank the Donga Mantu commandos. I want to thank the Manu commandos. I want to thank the self-defense groups for inside Manu. So the commandos of Manu and the self-defense group for inside Manu. So one and the same people. I don't know why they duplicate themselves. I want to thank Psalms 91 for say all them don't come together for agree, for speak with one voice, for talk as one people them. Now the leadership this way, the governing council will continue for provide them for the Ambazonian people as we work together towards our common objective for end Cameroon occupation and give our people them a free homeland. The leadership don't promise, say a collective effort, and the main decisions them where they concern which it go affect what people them, it go affect the future of Ambazonia, it go be a collective decision. The leadership go reach out to all the other movements them. Even when it comes for negotiation, it go be a collective effort. All right? Even when it comes for decision where it go reflect Ambazonia, it go be a collective effort. Okay? So make una be rest assured. Say in spite of which the differences where people that they promote them, we were people that they be very united in purpose, they be united in outcome, and they be united for which we want them. In terms of our aspirations, we'll be united for those things. All right? So make una get hope, una get confidence, una continue for trust. Our liberation be very strong. Our liberation be very stable. The forces on the ground, when I don't see what they do, I don't see the hard work of the forces. So shake no day. No shake. La République the crack. La République the panic. La République no know what for do. La République dey inside wahala. While resistance strong. Leadership be very focused. Things that go on. Una maintain a level of calmness while with all man, all auntie, all uncle, all papa them, all mommy them, una continue for assure people them around una. Ambazonia will be free. That one not be a question, not be a debate. Now a certainty. We know what did happen on the ground. We know place where Cameroon day. In fact, tomorrow I go come for can give now the economic blackout of Cameroon. The state don't be bankrupt. In the next few months, they will start for sack people them for work, reduce salary. The wahala is just the start. Will be promised them. The war for Ambazonia, with the war with Pobia declare on the Ambazonian people, it will be at the end of La République itself as a country. The consequences will be devastating on the Cameroon state. But the future of Ambazonia will be more certain, be more bright. Everything they move towards our direction. Everything, all the indicators, they move towards Ambazonia. Una stay steady, my people then. Una continue for care for one another, support one another, give hope, place where for one day where they need hope, care for the one day where they need care, support the one day where they need support, and comfort the one day where they be in pain. Alright? May God bless una. Una get a good Friday. Una stay strong. Una stay firm. Una stay committed. 20th May, a 1 day lockdown. Next Friday, on the 20th May, 1 day lockdown only. That the decision that across the board. All right? May God bless you now, and may God bless and protect all our forces them. Hey, before I go, we now remember, we still the operation 100,000 bullets, they still go on. The campaign for provide the forces them with enough bullets for defend the territory and kick Cameroon out it is still go on. I want to thank the people that don't reach out for we. I want to thank what people them for ground zero. A lot of people them for ground zero, they call, they reach out, and they make their contributions directly. All right. So call me, reach out for me, say, hey, PS, I did for you, how I make my contributions. Even if you did for ground zero, we go tell you how you go make your contribution in a very safe, secure, and private manner. All right. Or when I get my number, when I stay fine, when I stay strong, now my number that for when I front, my bring them for down here small, now in this, now my number that we all for all when I reach out for me, when I send me when I WhatsApp this thing, the people them for Ukraine, they demobilize for make sure say they kick out the invaders and the occupiers, which we must continuously for mobilize, for give our forces them, for give our liberators, what they need them, for give the Ambazonian people them a free homeland, for end Cameroon invasion, for end Cameroon occupation, for end Cameroon colonialism, and for give our people them the space for them for create a beautiful destiny. All right? I be una brother Asu, who are the press secretary for the Ambazonia, the press secretary for the executive office for Ambazonia Governing Council. May God bless you now. All right? Shake, shake, day.